everybody, it's Josh with Talk About Trek, and yes, it is once again Warp Tuesday, which is, in my opinion, the most wonderful day of the week because I get to come here, sit down, and talk with all of you about whatever it is I feel like talking about. Typically, Star Trek, right? We like to talk about Trek here on the channel, and that's fine. That's what we get into, right? And there's not a thing wrong with that. Now, it's been an exciting Star Trek weekend for many Star Trek fans. Now, I was able to live vicariously through some of those fans through different social media posts and videos and things. And of course, I'm referring to Star Trek Las Vegas, right? And if you were able to get out there, good for you. That looks like such a fun time. I am hoping, within the next 5 years, right? 5 years, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be part of that whole thing. So, it didn't look like there was any sort of news or announcement. And I'm guessing that, man, we're not going to get any new Star Trek news unless they're holding off for something for Star Trek Day, which would be amazing. But I have to say, totally not going to hold out hope on that. That's like, I don't think it's going to happen at this point. So, we're going to make our own Star Trek fun because that's all we can ever do anyway, right? Just make your own fun. And there's always going to be plenty to talk about. A couple of things that we do have to look forward to, and there actually was a little bit of news. Let's go have a little bit of look at this here. A little bit of look at that, a little bit of look at this, okay? First off, if you need to watch Star Trek and you don't have it available, you don't have the DVDs, VHSs, laser discs, whatever, what have you, you can get Pluto TV for free. And starting, I think Friday, they're going to have 7 channels of Star Trek. Right now, I think they do 5, which is already fairly amazing. 5 channels of Star Trek. They're going to have 7, so you can watch, I think, basically 1 for each series, and then 1 that kind of goes through the movies. And talking about the older series, of course. But, getting back to what we were talking about, Star Trek video games. So, there are a few things to be on the lookout for, Now, of course, the Voyager game, I still need to give more time to. But there are these other sorts of games which, I do get into different kinds of them, They won't, alright, cookies, it's fine. But here we have Star Trek Outposts Unknown. And if you want to see a little bit more, they do have a new demo video out. And this is kind of set in like the Strange New Worlds area, but it's a very cool, colony builder. And let me see, I don't know if there was any news about release on this, but as you can see, like, you got a wide variety. Look at all these different characters here. You got some Tellarites. Oh man, Robert April. Okay, so again, this looks pretty good, and unknown release date, PC game, unknown consoles possibly. But again, colony builder game set in the Star Trek universe. It seems like a very good fit to me, so I will certainly be checking that one out. I did enjoy the demo quite a bit. So, okay, what else? Canadian Star Trek memorabilia auction. I'm not in Canada, so I cannot participate in the Canadian Star Trek memorabilia auction, unfortunately. But that's fine. Whatever. And no skin off my back. But, if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, I'm pretty sure plenty of people are getting it from the auction and then selling it in their eBay stores, right? Oh, this is kind of cool, man. I want to see if I can do this. Star Trek. Alright, so I'm really happy to see that they are doing something like this for, the 60th anniversary. The movie's coming back with an episode. So let me see. They got an example here. Yeah. You can watch The Changeling in Star Trek The Motion Picture on September 4th. Space Seed in Star Trek. Oh, man. That's perfect. But look, see, again, basically, this whole kind of, oh, that's a beautiful, oh, see? I don't even know which one I want to go see more. Then look at this. Look at this freaking collectibles you can get. So, but these are from AMC, and man, I don't know. I got all right. So I'm like in northwest or north middle Ohio, I guess. I'm gonna have to go to like Toledo or Cleveland to do one of these deals, right? And man, it's almost like if I want to go do it, like I would like to see like two. Wouldn't it be great if they're doing like a friggin' marathon or something? But anyway, this excites me. Uh, Let me get my friend to take some time off of work. Come on, dude, let's go up. Let's go watch some Star Trek at the freaking movie theater, right? That's beautiful. So, Star Trek re-release is coming in the beginning of September, so under a month now. And again, seeing an episode. Imagine seeing Space Seed and then watching Rathacon right there on the big screen. Boom, I love it. Michael Dorn, he's talking. William Shatner, he's talking. Alright, see, there's not a lot. Okay, here we go. Have we talked about last week's episode of Strange New Worlds? I really enjoyed, I don't know, I think, I've talked about this before too, and I do like what Strange New Worlds does. And I also, I get, and I feel this too, they do a lot of gimmick episodes. And it's a shame they do a lot of gimmick episodes and they don't have that many episodes, right? So when you had 26 episodes in a season, you could certainly do a few silly holodeck episodes, and you could do something that just kind of went totally off the beaten path. Strange New Worlds, they've been doing this every single week. Now, I'm wondering at some point if they're going to, in this season, kind of coalesce onto a story that is then going to drive them to a finish. And I wonder almost if they are purposefully packing the front end of the season with these kind of like bottle episodes. Next week's going to be the black and white episode, then probably maybe we'll get the puppet episode after that, and then maybe they'll get a little bit more, I don't know. Again, I feel like next season, correct me if I'm wrong, is a 5-episode season. So we've got, we don't have that many episodes to bring the story to a conclusion. But I mean, the real truth is there isn't a huge story with Strange New Worlds either. It is just, and it has been, just that show of these bottle episodes without any sort of central ongoing story, right? That's how I see it. So, again, I enjoy it for what it is, and I'm going to talk about the things that I liked about it for sure. Scotty's freaking shirt, his vacation shirt. Now, I'm sorry. Why is there not already a link for me to buy this? I feel like sometimes Star Trek has no sense of marketing whatsoever. Like, if I were the person in charge, I would have known that there would be some demand for this shirt. Let's see. Oh, so look, here's a nice shot from the back. That's beautiful. Okay, we'll probably find a better one too here. Yes, Pike got a face tattoo, right? The episode had Dave Foley guest starring, which I thought was hilarious. The whole Kirk and Spock thing, and it was awesome. Okay, this is maybe the best shot we're going to get. But I was a huge fan of this freaking vacation shirt. And again, just, the whole vacation theme, I think, was pretty fun. And after the last episode, which was very violent, right, this was a nice break. And again, I get where a lot of people will be like, man, enough is enough, Strange New Worlds, just get on with it and give me some episodes of Star Trek where you're exploring strange new worlds. Again, I think they're going to get there, and I think that's how they're going to drive to the finish. Which I kind of think, I almost want to say that they probably wanted to do that darker episode closer towards Halloween maybe initially. But then they had to change things up when the season got truncated, and it was just a whole bunch of malarkey, right? Anyway, Strange New Worlds, I like it. I like the shirt. There was some fun stuff between Kirk and Spock, which I think turned out to be pretty funny in the end. And just again, for me, And of course, Una singing "Total Eclipse of the Heart" in Klingon. That was fantastic. I want it. I want the on like edited version that I can just listen to here as I'm like working, And please, can someone have Rebecca Romaine sing more songs in Klingon? Like, come on, let's get a whole album going, please. I can't be the only one that wants this. I might be. I can't be. There's got to be more, right? Anyway, again, lots of fun at Star Trek Las Vegas. I'm super duper behind on my Star Trek comic books, but would like to get into the new Star Trek book that's coming out. And I think that's about all the news that is news. So let's just go back to talking about Trek here for the rest of the show. What do you say? Excuse me. Now, first off, oh boy. Glad to be in the midst of a Star Trek season. It's short. It's not, it's not what we all want. We all want to go back to the 26 episodes a season. But that's just history. But it is nice to be in the midst of a new Star Trek season. That's always fun. You get something new to talk about, something new to see every week. And as I was boring my family with it one night, what's great about Star Trek again is even though I didn't like the episode last week, I'm sure lots of people did like seeing a horror episode of Star Trek. And even though lots of people maybe didn't like the episode this week, I sure did like it. It made me laugh and brought me a significant amount of joy, which is wonderful, right? And it's great that this is a show that can do that. And man, actually, I haven't spoken, I guess, philosophically on Star Trek in a bit. And I think that is almost due. It's so much more than just a show, right? And I think every now and then it's good for me to just kind of get that out there and just kind of spit it out into words, what it all is and why do I like it so much? Why am I surrounded by all this stuff? Why do I sit down here and talk about this every week? What is it? What is it about this that is so gosh darn important, right? And there's just a lot of things, and there's a lot of fun stuff that you can talk about there, right? So that's going to be a whole thing for another day. I think what we'll do is we will end this episode of Warp Tuesday just with a kind of a quick preview of what's going to be coming next here. Because we do actually have some very exciting things that will be coming up here in the future, right? Again, so we've talked about Star Trek video games. We've got 2 new ones on the horizon, and we definitely want to play them when they come out. And we even maybe want to try to stream the games, possibly. I have a job and children, and it seems like a lot, but it would be fun. It would be fun to do. I did it with Star Trek Resurgence when it came out, and it was really fun. It was a blast. Star Trek Magic cards. Oh my god. So it's August, and they are coming in November. So that is just 3 short months away. 3 short months in which I need to kind of start putting back a little bit of money here and there, so that I can make sure to have lots and lots of wonderful Star Trek packs to open. And there will be a time where some of you will probably be like, stop talking about Magic on this channel, bro. It's enough. And I'll just be like, you can just not watch those videos, because I'm very excited. My very best friend and I, we played so much Magic together for years and years and years, just against each other, back and forth. And then, it was hard to do after a while. But this, I think, is going to get us back into playing more regularly, too. And hopefully also getting the kids into it as well, Like, come on, you got to get in here, get this Borg deck going. Let's get going on this. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And just, again, looking forward to seeing what the rest of the year of Star Trek 60 kind of brings. And still, holding out hope there's going to be something, some announcement, something new coming to the world of Star Trek for us, right? We can always hope. Anyway, my friends, thanks for hanging out and and talking as always. This has been a very lovely Warp Tuesday. Live long and prosper, and we'll see you all in the next one. Have a good night.
Welcome to Warp Tuesday. We're gonna make it so.